Garfield here, President Garfield, one of the many presidents.
So that's why
Is everything is what's the metaphor supposed to say?
Conservation work done. They have conservators who come in and take care of it. Unfortunately, a lot of them are really suffocated from years and years. We don't know that they're both still on this water that like to cover the mountains, not all the way down from they suffered a lot over the years. I'm sure they were much more writer the surf from that 200 years old and just so he gives over his control of the military to Congress. That is what we're seeing. And kind of just turning away from power. And what this does is establish a kind of government we have today, which rests on the first class with here. James, come here. So we're back to dangerous. These ones are from the 1820s, and these ones are from the 1840s. So about everybody can sail for those and 180 or so years.
Everybody stand in and look where you can see your face.
You're going to see this beautiful painting called the Apotheosis of George Washington. Now, from where we're standing on the ground here, up to that painting on the ceiling is about 180 feet, or about 55 meters. In context, that is enough room where if the Statue of Liberty stepped off her pedestal in New York and came down here to Washington, D.C., she could stand in this room, hold up her torch, and she would not hit the ceiling. Now, I said this painting is called the Apotheosis of George Washington. Apotheosis simply means to be up in the heavens, or to become like a god. So, this painting features George Washington, our first president. He's up there wearing his military uniform. And he's got this kind of pink or purple robe over his head. He's got a gray wig on, just kind of right at the top of the rage statue. On one side of him, there is a woman in red and blue. She represents liberty. And on the other side, a woman in green, glowing uniform. She represents victory. And then surrounding them, there are 13 women with little stars over their heads, representing the original 13 states. And they have this banner that says, E pluribus unum, which means out of many, one. So it's this idea that out of all of our different states, and out of all of our different people, and out of all of our different ways we can run a country, we're coming together as one nation. So it is a message of unity that sits here in the center, in the heart of So a reminder to everyone who walks in here, whether it's visitors like yourselves or lawmakers who work here every day, we are stronger when we work together. Now, coming down from the ceiling, we have another artwork that wraps around the room. This is a timeline of American history. It starts above the doorway where most of us came in, with a man stepping off the boat. That is Christopher Columbus, landing in 1492. Then shows different scenes of early explorers and the Native Americans that they're coming in contact with. Kind of above our heads, colonial period. Then we get into the early wars, the first American Revolution. Then we've got the war. Come around to the gold rush, to the Civil War, Spanish-American War represented by that video cannon, and then the last scene in this is the Wright brothers taking their first flight. to ask you guys to come back to me a little bit. That way, one beside us. Remember how it was so busy in here when we got in here at first? So now we're looking to get into. But they may be interested to take our time. So down here at eye level, we have 8 large views. So these 8 paintings are divided up into 2 different groups. These 4, they show scenes of colonization and exploration. Excuse me. These ones are colonization. These ones show the story of the American Revolution. Okay, toward the day, it's all starting to run together. So starting farthest away from us, we have the presentation of the Declaration of Independence. So that letter that we sent to England to say we're no longer part of your nation. This is when they first present it to all these men and decide whether we are actually going to try and be our own nation. Are we going to declare independence? And it's Thomas Jefferson up there. Just take a turn to the right, guys. Right over here. All right, everyone. Welcome to the United States State Capitol. Now, Capitol is home to Congress, which is the group that makes the laws for the United States. They're divided up into 2 groups, the Senate and the House of Representatives. The Senate meets on this side of the building. Everyone. So, this beautiful room today is known as National Statuary Hall. It's full of statues. Before this room was full of statues of yesterday, this was the House of Representatives. For about 50 years, from 1807 to 1857, this is where the House met, where they created and debated the laws of our nation. Did you ever move out of a beautiful city like this? Well, essentially, as our nation was expanding rapidly during the early 19th century, as
a small town or one of America's largest cities? Or are you visiting from another part of the world? Do you know someone serving in the military? Are you in school? Perhaps planning for college? Does someone in your family receive Social Security? Are you hoping to start a business or dreaming of a sunny day at a national park? Welcome to the United States Congress. This is where the business of we the people is introduced, defined, discussed, decided. It's where the people you elect, your representative and your senators, debate and resolve competing visions of the American people and turn them into laws, policies, and programs. Congress is one of the three branches that form the United States government. It is the branch that decides how much money the government will spend and where to spend it. Since the founding of the nation, it's been the job of Congress to set priorities and promote the public welfare, to keep the nation safe and to fund the armed services, to mobilize for war when necessary, and approve the treaties that end it, to extend help during times of need, and to provide to national services. This place, the capital, the heart of the American Republic, is where we express our concerns and our passions, our pride, and when we vent our sorrows and our desire. What about you? What do you want to see happen in our issues? In the president's nominees for cabinet positions, ambassadors to school and federal judges and thousands of other civilian and military officials. The Senate and the House of Representatives share the power to declare checks and balances. The Senate is creating smaller numbers and designed to receive vast numbers. To this day, the principle of deliberation continues to shape the role and traditions of the United States Senate. But legislation today is complex and requires exhaustive effort on and off the floor. Senators work with staff and in Senate committee meetings to help shape new policy or analyze and refine existing legislation. They conduct research and hold policy meetings with experts, scholars, constituents, citizen coalitions, and other interested parties representing the dozens of other viewpoints that might be involved in the consideration of a single bill. There's ongoing interaction with other senators, scheduled time for party caucuses, and interviews with the press to keep the public informed. Senators, along with House members, evaluate firsthand the state of America's military and foreign policy commitments and report back to their colleagues and the nation. Senate investigations have sparked some of the most profound turning points in the nation's political history, as the probing questions of a Senate panel bring issues to light and help lead to change and reform. Spending time in their home states helps senators stay connected to their constituents.
They got tickets. They're grabbing tickets for you guys right now. I'll give them the correct 3 points. And you can get them. Hey, I kind of want to talk to them right here.
Everybody.
About one first.
Yeah, there you go.
I laid that one.
In this relatively small group, a single senator can have significant influence on the legislative outcome. Although committee decisions carry a lot of weight, the size of the Senate allows individual members to consider and debate issues on the floor at many points in the legislative process. Senate procedures provide time for the voice of each senator to be heard. In the Senate, all states are equal, and all viewpoints, including those held by a minority of the Senate membership, are ensured a full hearing. Thus, the Senate's long tradition of nearly unlimited debate. Open and at times extended discussion of Senate business takes precedence over speed. The process is not always smooth. Senators can use the tactic of a filibuster or continual open-ended discussion to prevent the Senate from voting. In order to protect Senate debate and avoid deadlock, Senate rules stipulate that 3/5 of the Senate, 60 senators, can vote for cloture on a bill, which limits debate and moves matters to a vote. If a bill passed by the Senate differs from the House version, a House and Senate Conference Committee negotiates a final version, which is then voted on by both bodies.
Do you live in a small town or one of America's largest cities? Or are you visiting from another part of the world? Do you know someone serving in the military? Are you in school, perhaps planning for college? Does someone in your family receive Social Security? Are you hoping to start a business or dreaming of a sunny day at a national park? Welcome to the United States Congress.
The Senate will come to order.
The House will be in order. This is where the business of we the people is introduced, defined, discussed, decided. It's where the people you elect, your representative and your senators, debate and resolve competing visions of the American people and turn them into laws, policies, and programs. Congress is one of the three branches that form the United States government. It is the branch that decides how much money the government will spend and where to spend it. Since the founding of the nation, it's been the job of Congress to set priorities and promote the public welfare, to keep the nation safe and to fund the armed services, to mobilize for war when necessary, and approve the treaties that end it, to extend help during times of need, and to provide a national meeting place. This place, the Capitol, the heart of the American Republic, is where we express our concerns and our passions, our pride and, when need be, our sorrow and our resolve. What about you? What do you want to see happen in our nation, in your community, in your life? From safe food and drugs to renewable energy, veterans benefits, privacy protection, to health care. From workplace safety to the exploration of space. What do you want to change? What do you hope will never change in this country of ours? What you think, what you believe, what you want, shapes what happens here where you make your voice heard. Welcome to the United States Capitol.
That is holding onto an anchor. The other pyramid on that side was created by Paul Wayland Bartlett in 1916, and that one is called the Apotheosis of Democracy. So what it depicts is the genius of labor and the agriculture, the genius of labor industry. The one that's at the very end was created by Thomas Crawford, who did the statue at the top in 1863. And that one depicts the early days of American history from the right. So there's the Native Americans. And on the left side, you have the Mardi Gras democracy. So you have a merchant, you have a soldier, you have a teacher, and you have students. In the very center, you have, again, America depicted with an eagle.